welcome to a book obsession. I'm Ashley Gunn, and today I'm going to do a review of Mabie's the book Knot. It's the first book in the Wake family series, and I'll tell you that I actually picked it up for that reason. I've read a lot of those series that are around a family, and I love them, so I thought that these were going to be similar, and I was a little shocked. So, like I said, I thought that this was going to be like about one person in a family, and that is probably what it's going to be about, but I'm not used to them being so erotic. This book actually starts with two people having sex, and it really just jumps in right to their relationship. So it was it was very unique. It definitely starts off where you have no idea what's going on and you have to read to figure it out. She has you stuck. So I want to tell you about the characters before we get into the plot. You have Reagan. He's a very controlling, dominant guy. He has a lot of anxiety. The book actually starts off with an anxiety attack that he's having and him counting down from 10, and he uses counting down from 10 as a way to cover the relationship. It's really neat to actually get like an overview of what's happening. So, like I said, you have Reagan controlling. He's very great at his job. He has his life under control, and then he meets Nora, and Nora is a free spirit in a lot of ways. You're going to hear all about her family life and kind of what brought her to be the way that she is, but she's polyamorous. She's usually the third in relationships. So she was in a relationship with two males, and she really just prefers to have the sex part without the relationship part. So when Reagan meets Nora and he wants to have a relationship, it really throws him to find out that she's polyamorous and doesn't want to give up that lifestyle. So it puts him in a situation of really figuring out what the compromise is going to be with them. So this book, first of all, it takes place in a really unique way where they're actually having sex and at times just in bed, and you have flashbacks, and that's how you learn about the characters, and you learn about their life and their history and everything like that, which I love that that's the way that she did that. I haven't ever read a book like that before. So that's about 2/3 of the book. The last third of the book will actually be present day. So it'll be after they have sex, what happens now, then figuring out what they want, how to get it, that kind of stuff. I will say it was a little difficult for me because I'm a very logical person, so I kept yelling at the pages of my book because that's how I prefer to read, is yell at the characters. But I think that it's really great the way that the characters' decisions are obviously made based on their personalities. So they're going to be hard-headed and controlling if it's Reagan, and if it's Nora, it's going to be pulling away and trying to protect herself. I like that even though Reagan is controlling, he tried to let go a little bit and tried to compromise and tried to be what Nora needed, and then at the same time Nora had that always wanting to please people kind of personality where even with Reagan that's what she did. And so it's weird because it was almost like they knew exactly who they were and lived that way, then met each other, tried to be someone they weren't, and then got confused about who they were. So it was a unique take on everything. I've never read a book about a woman who's polyamorous and the guy doesn't want to share, that kind of stuff. Normally it's the guys are polyamorous and are trying to bring in a girl or something like that, you know? So it was a unique take on things. I've read Mabie's Fade In, and that's actually when I saw that Knot came out, that was what made me want to read that. So I really enjoyed Fade In, and then I enjoyed this book too. But this book was a little more, it wasn't something that I would have normally picked up, but it had so many unique aspects that I'm glad I did. Actually, it was a little difficult for the original sex scene because I'm not drawn to controlling and dominant guys, and the very first time they have sex right out the gate in the book, he's controlling and dominant and in ways just like aggressive, because at this point you don't realize that 2 years has gone by of their relationship and ups and downs and stuff like that. So I'm glad that she did the flashbacks to let you get to know them, because it helped me be able to relate to Reagan in some ways. Alright, if you like this review, then go ahead and like it. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. And as always, if you want to get my reviews every week, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you very much for joining me.